Today we're going to add custom facial animations for an avatar that does not have MMD and does not automatically animate the face whenever you put the fire breathing on. Zoichi is one of them. I have the fire breathing all positioned and resized. So let's get started. First thing we want to do is click our avatar's name, and then in the animator component, this small circle right here, click that, and then you can type in fire breath to pull up the right effects controller. Putting this here allows us to edit the animations here in the animation tab. And these are the 5 animations that we want to edit the face of. So let's start with fire breath on, since that's the first animation that activates whenever you activate the fire breath. So first let's get the fire breath on. We can click fire body and the particle will start playing. You can lock the inspector, so now that when we click off it'll continue to play. You can click here and scroll across the top to scroll through the animation. You can see when the fire breath starts. And so yeah, when you preview animations, you get temporarily stuck in this bike pose. So I just sort of guesstimate about what the face will be as we scroll through the animation. This is because VRC Fury will eventually parent this to the head bone, and so it works out in the end. And if we get our scene view maybe a little bigger here so we can see when the fire starts. Now we're in what I think is a good view to animate the face for the fire breath on animation. Go ahead and add another inspector tab up here. And now, this is very important. Do not use any of these visemes to animate the face, because then you won't be able to use any of these visemes while you're talking. The animator will lock them. So we need to look for different blend shapes that open the mouth, but are not any of these visemes. So on Zoichi, maybe shocked mouth. Yeah. Here's one. And what other ones? Blep? No, let's kiss. Okay, so I see that kiss kind of purses the lips a little bit. So maybe a combo of shocked mouth and kiss might work. What we want to do now to animate, you want to hit record to record a state of that animation. So during the life of the animation, the fire starts about here when it kicks on, so the mouth should open pretty fast. Probably just these 3 frames here, the mouth should be open the way we want it. Okay, so we have record on, and we have our blend shapes here in our new inspector tab. Let's add shocked mouth. About that much. And then I want to add the kiss blend shape a little bit later, just so it looks a little more natural. And probably less shocked mouth here. Great, and this is all to taste, so any way you want to breathe this fire using the blend shapes, you can do it in this method. So for example, if I wanted to add maybe the eyes closing, let's do that. And now the mouth is getting kind of crushed together. So I want to keep that in mind when using multiple blend shapes. Looks like some fangs are going through the cheek, so I wonder if there's a blend shape to remove those. Haha! We'll just remove those, and we can scroll on our animation here and see our progress. Great. I think that'll do while I'm blowing fire. It'll look like that. And if I ever see the animations all lined up like this, sometimes I just kind of scoot these keyframes around just so it's a little more random. Maybe I'll put one really far away so it smooths everything out. And then maybe not. But your mileage may vary, so let's move on to the next animation. Let's do fire breath off. So, before we switch to this animation, what I want to do is capture my face as it is right here at the end of this animation. And so, let's expand this a little bit so we can see the names of the blend shapes. Okay. I see it's these 6 blend shapes. I can just, while I'm in preview mode here, not record mode, I can just click this, and all of these keyframes will animate in their current state. So before I did that change, all of the keyframes ended up in this state. I want to click this right here to add a keyframe, and then it should add all of them. And then I can copy the ones I want, which will be the face in this state. I can use Control-C, stop preview, find the next animation I want to work on. And so since this is the fire breath off, I can just click here on the seek bar and then just paste. And now my face is where we left it from the other animation, fire breath on. All right, so we want to return our face basically back to 0 on all of these blend shapes. All we have to do then, you see these value fields, you can do this in either preview or record mode, but find the last keyframe and then seek to the very last frame of the animation, and then just type in zeros in all of these fields, and that should take us back to 0. And it does it very smoothly here, probably smoother than I'd like as well. And so I can just reference and know that, okay, in this column, I'm done breathing fire. All right. And that face is back. And now the fire breath on and off have facial animations. Oops, I forgot one keyframe there. You can also add just one keyframe using this button by selecting it here and then clicking the button like I just did. The add keyframe button. Okay. I also noticed since the fire ends about here that I have some space left over in my animation. You know, maybe I can like add like some personality or something right after. I don't know. I have a lot of fun doing this. Just play with it and see what kind of stuff you can make. Now we have fire breath on and fire breath off. And the face should animate smoothly. Let's try it out in play mode, check our progress. Cool. There we are. That is the whole process on animating the face. There are a few more animations. For the rest of the video, I'm just going to do those animations. But if you think you got it from here, that is all the steps. So now we're going to do the facial animations for the sneeze. First, from this list here, we can pick nose tickle. This is what happens whenever you boop the nose. The face just sort of twitches a little bit, like you're about to sneeze. So let's see if we can pick a face twitch set of blend shapes. Sometimes I'll just find some place here in the middle of the animation and then hit record. I have my blend shapes here pulled up. And let's do like a maximum twitched state. Good, good. Now, this animation in particular, the face starts at 0 and ends at 0. So now whenever you touch the nose and we haven't been booped on the nose 3 times, the nose will just be tickled and this animation will play. Great. Probably close the eyes a bit more. Now that we've got the nose tickle set up, we can take the whole first part of the nose tickle keyframes, Control C to copy. I don't know if it's my keyboard, but I always spam Control C when I copy these keyframes. It doesn't seem to work for me every time, but it might just be me. I just want to say spam Control C anyway. It won't hurt. So let's go to Sneeze Flame. Sneeze Flame is the normal sneeze. Sneeze Flame with toggle is the sneeze that animates while we're breathing fire, should that happen. And I paste the start of the nose tickle animation in Sneeze Flame. And so if a sneeze is achoo for this particular animation, this whole area right here is about ah. And when you see this particle system kick on, the fire is about to come out. So that is chew. This is chew right here. And then the fire goes away and our face recovers for this last area. So right here, we want a pretty intense O shape in our mouth to show that we're sneezing, and eyes all the way closed. You can reference videos online of people sneezing, which is kind of weird, kind of funny. So we can see the fire kicks on right here We want our mouth to be full O, right around here. So let's hit record and check on our blend shapes. Ooh, we also want our eyes closed. And you may not have all the blend shapes that you want. And at that point, you would need to take the model into Blender and then add the blend shapes. So sometimes it just takes working with what you have, and can't always guarantee that everything will work. But I bet some of these will give us a funny mouth shape we can work with. All right, so this is our chew. So we need a CH right before, which would be sort of a grin. I bet we can do it with a grin. I know it's kind of silly, but saying it as I'm animating does help me a little bit. So, and remember, if we add new blend shapes too, to go back and add all of the zeros at the very end. That way the face can recover. And then we'll just open the mouth some so that the tongue doesn't clip through the face right there. And anytime like you see like clipping or problem areas while you're animating, go to where it clips and then animate it so it doesn't. And then I see it's still clipping on another frame. I want to go to that frame and then edit it so that it doesn't clip. And whenever we add a new blend shape, it is going to automatically add a 0 at the very start of the animation clip. Keep that in mind too, because maybe we'll, on this tasty, since it starts so early, we want to hit 0 and then pull this keyframe a lot later in the animation so that it starts when we want it to. you get what I'm going for there, but that's kind of crazy. I would spend more time on that, but great. Next animation, the last one is sneeze flame with toggle. The sneeze while we are breathing fire. All right, so let's try and grab the chew and nose tickle part of the animation. I've copied those frames just about. And I'll paste them right here. And I see the chew is happening about here. And it's a little harder to see when the chew happens, but it's right there where the flame gets a lot bigger. So probably want to grab one of these and drag just about there. Chew, chew. Maybe a little later. Chew. Okay. And now we need to grab the quote-unquote 0 part of this animation. So we can go to fire breath on, and then we can grab this set of keyframes, because this is our face as it was while we were breathing fire. And then we can go back to sneeze flame with toggle and paste our face. And then we can paste the rest of it here. And so the face is kind of crumpled up beyond what we had. That's because we don't have these extra blend shapes from the nose tickle and the sneeze set to 0 at the start. So you can go ahead and add those zeros back. I think there's one here. And if the number is already 0, but you still want to add a 0 there, you can just switch it to 1 and then switch it back to 0. Okay. And then same thing. Let's look for problem areas and then adjust them till we like them. All right, great. That is all of them animated. So let's go into play mode, check everything out, see what it looks like. Get my scene view bigger. Let's see. So breathing fire. Awesome. And it turns off. Okay, so I would probably make the sneeze a bit sharper on the CH chew. And then let's try and sneeze while the fire is going. Sure. All right. They aren't as pretty as I'd like them. I would just want to make them a bit snappier whenever I sneeze. And so that would mean moving the keyframes closer together, having more dramatic drops. We can also try the nose tickle here by clicking our face. Great. Yeah, I think the mouth is just too smooth right there on the chew. But that is animating the face, so thank you so much. I know this one was a bit longer, but these concepts, this is animating, so this applies to a lot of stuff. You can animate a lot of different clips in your stuff if you didn't already know how to do this. And it's a lot of fun. So have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.